friends. Thank you for watching the replay. Hashtag replay. Let me know that you have been here. I'd like to welcome you and tell you thank you for watching the replay. For those of you that are joining me live, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to hop on and watch me create a winter sign today. We are on the back side of our farmhouse sign, and I'm still going to add the greenery up here and the star and some shredded raffia. I just didn't do that yet, so that way I could lay it flat and it will be easier to create on this side. Let me go ahead and turn you down. So we are going to create a winter scene. We are using the Stencil of the Month Club for July Stencil, which is this one. And you still have time to join the club. If you have not joined before, there is still time. You got until the 13th. And we are going to use transfers out of the Cozy Winter Cuddles transfers. But the Stencil of the Month Club is amazing for this month, and I will show you at the end of the live. I'm going to go ahead and stain this board white with our Minwax stain. And the Stencil of the Month Club is a club where every month you will get 3 stencils shipped directly to your door. This is a membership, and you have a choice between 12 by 16 size stencils or 6 by 8 stencils. They coordinate with one another. There's also an add-on. If you choose the big one, there is an add-on for that one, which is the premium plan. The smaller set is the basic. And I'm not concerned about that knot in here. That doesn't bother me. And if you have never been a member before in the Stencil of the Month Club, and they automatically ship to you, and with the premium plan you can even pause it if you need to. But if you've never been a member of the club, then you can get 50% off the premium plan, the big one, for the first month, and you can get the basic one for free for your first month to check it out, see what you think. Do you like it? Is that something that you would like to come to your house every month? And every month is a different stencil set, and they are not at all in the essential stencil, on the essential stencil side. They are completely separate, so you will never see them over there unless it is something very special and they are releasing it to the regular, whoop, that didn't work out too good, to the regular essential stencil side. So think about it. You have until the 13th to decide. And I've posted the link in the header. So you can just go to the header. The stencil that I'm using is from the Stencil of the Month Club, and the transfers is from the Essential Stencil side. So you can just hop over there, check either one out, and save by using my code. And I appreciate that. I just base coated it with white. Sorry for the noise. I just want to make sure that my can is shut before I put that up. And sorry if I am, maybe looking a little hot and sweaty. Our air conditioning is not working at full capacity up here. So, I had to make sure I got this the right way. It might, I'm trying to get the little sheds over here from the pad. It might get a little hot in here. I am using light sage I'm just creating a fun background for our transfers and our stencil, and this is blue chiffon. Now I will check comments here in just a moment. And I will add a little bit of moisture to it because I don't want to dry brush it. I want to blend it in. And this is Gray Storm because, you know, I'm trying to create a little bit of a wintry sky, but I don't need much of this Gray Storm. So I'm going to leave it at that for right now. And the way I chose these colors, I'm not going to take my gloves off now. I don't need them no more. And that's the other bad part about summer. You can't get these back off. I normally save these as long as I can, but in the summer it is just too sticky. I used, this is the transfer we're going to use, and I looked to see what colors blended well with these. And that's why I chose the colors that I did. And I'm going to spritz it a little bit to reactivate the stain underneath. Hello, Miss Becky. How are you? Where are you watching from? Refresh my memory. I can't remember. And is it hot like it is here? It is hot. And if this is too dark, then I can go and grab some white and blend it back out. Right now I am just blending it in with the background. If it gets too dry, just add a little bit more moisture to it. Texas. Hey, Stephanie. Texas in the house. I bet you guys are hot. We've been in the upper 90s. It has not cooled down here. I'm in North Carolina. This is what we have right now. Thinking I want it a little bit lighter. So I'm going to add a little bit of warm white. And I'm going to spritz it again. And just to soften it up a little bit. And I'm just using a, what is this, 1.5? No, 1-inch chip brush. And we just keep blending back and forth until we are happy with what we have, because we are creating a winter sky. That is a little bit dark right there, so I'm going to add a little bit of white. And blend that out. I think that looks pretty good. I am happy with that. And that's what our background looks like right now. And again, I create, for those of you that are new, I create two-sided signs. So on the other side is our Farmhouse Christmas. And I'm still going to add greenery and the metal star. But in order for it to lay flat, I did not do that yet. Northern Illinois. Yeah, it's been humid and hot here. In the morning and the evening, it is not too bad. But the rest of the day it is just so hot. Especially if you have health problems, it's hard to breathe. Our humidity is just so high. I'm going to sand this off. I think I melted that little pad. I always like to sand mine down a little bit because it raises that grain a little. And this is 120, but I've used it so much it's probably not even 120 anymore. And I haven't decided yet if I want to drill holes through here to put the hanger, or if I'm going to take eye hooks and put them in and use a metal hanger. I'm probably going to do the eye hooks and do a metal hanger. And I got to make sure that I stay on the right side. I have done that before. I am going to dry it a little bit more because in order for our transfer to stick, it has to be dry, 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 dry. And I will dry that and see, I wiped it off to get that extra sanding dust off. Hello, my friend, Miss Bonnie. How are you doing? How are the pups doing? We'll go ahead and stencil our words on. I am going to use Let It Snow to move things out of the way because this is, I'm using the bottom part. I'm lining it up with that corner right there because then I know that it is straight. And that looks good to me right there. Use a little piece of tape, tape it off. If you are a big swirler, you can tape it off right here so you won't go over it with your snowflakes. The snowflakes I think I'm gonna do in this blue chiffon. Or I might do them in the light sage. I know that is a greenish color, but I think it will look good with our little snowman guy. But the words I'm going to do in laurel. And these are all Decor Art colors. I am going to use a dome brush from Essential Stencil. You can either use the dome brush or the regular flat brushes for stenciling. The dome brushes, they can be a little tricky or intimidating. You load them up the same way. Load them into your bristles. But then offload just like you would, and offload the sides. That way you have a drier brush. And if I'm getting into these other snowflakes, I am okay with that. There's little snowflakes here, smaller ones. I'll just go over it. I am not that concerned. I think this is a really pretty color and it will look good with our little snowman. And the reason why I'm not concerned with if this color gets on the other parts is because snowflakes are all different. So if one of them has a little bit of a different color than the other, I'm all right with that. That is perfectly okay. If you don't want the colors to intermingle, you can tape it off, or you can use a, what I call a little backer board. You can get a little piece of cardboard, cardstock, and cover it, and then go around and add your color. When your brush gets dry, refill it with your paint and offload it again. And very, very light pressure, especially with these dome brushes. They hold a lot of paint, so you don't need much paint in there at all. And I kind of don't mind if we have some with this laurel color and some of them with the sage color. I'm okay with that. I like the variety, and it will bring out the colors in our little snowman. Who here loves snowmen? I am an absolute snowman lover. I don't want to say a fanatic, but every year my tree has snowmen everywhere. And when we go places, I always look for an ornament. Most of the time it is a snowman type of ornament. Sorry for the dogs barking. Our neighbor is working on our deck back there, and the dogs are barking. And my son might be here to fix the air conditioner, to change out the capacitor. I'm gonna call that good. If I'm gonna need that brush again, put it in a, I use Clorox wipes instead of baby wipes because some baby wipes have oils in them. Just wrap it up in your Clorox wipe, and that way you can use it again if you need to. And now I am going to try the light sage and see what it looks like. Hey, Miss Donna, Pops are spoiled rotten. Ah, you got new meds again? Oh, man. I hope they will treat you well. And see how these colors complement each other? And I'm okay if it is not white snowflakes. Our little snowman is really not white either. I have to look here in a minute to see if this shows up. Take a peek. Let's move our little baby out of the way. You can see them very faintly, and I like that. That looks good. I will show you here in just a moment. Leaving those dark. Like I said, I don't mind if we have different ones, and I will spread out some of those snowflakes across the board. And I am most likely going to take white and add some snow splatter. And you can also use a pearl color to add to these snowflakes. And we might add a pearl to this. I haven't decided yet. Now I'm just checking to see if I've got everything covered. Take a peek. As long as you hold on to your bottom, it'll always lay back down the right way. These are very, very, very light. They might be too light. I am going to mix it with a little bit of white to bring them out a little bit more. And we can make our own special color. Let's see if that will help it. And sometimes the fun is just to play around, to see what works, what doesn't work. You can also make the snowflakes silver. And if you use metallics, having a base coat down for your metallics is really good, because that way your metallics will show up much better. And again, sorry about the dogs. You can see them better. I'm going to leave it for now. If I want to change it, I'm going to redo these on this side and add more white. Because the other ones you can see pretty good. And then after we are done with our transfer, I can always go back and add a pearl color on top. Yeah, you can see them. I'll show you here in a moment. They are very faint. I hope the camera will pick them up. You can see them a little bit. I think we're going to go over top of it with our pearl color. This is white pearl, and that way they'll shimmer. I'm going to let that dry, and let's add our little snowman on here. He is going down here, or she, not sure. And then this was together. Let me see if I can. I cut it apart. This came together just like this. And I cut them apart because I wanted the trees to be separate. And I'm going to add one tree right here. Add the big one right there. And then the smaller one is going right there. So that it is, it's mixed up a little bit. It's not all just in one place. I just like them a little bit staggered. I'll make sure I am laying straight. And if my trees are crooked, that's okay too, because, you know, they don't always grow straight either. If you're not familiar with transfers, these are really amazing. They're so detailed. If you look at that, all the little details on there, there's 3 parts. You have the backer part with the shiny side that the transfer sits on. You have your clear part that you can touch, and you have your printed part that goes down. If you ever need to put it back on, put it on that clear part. And then this tree is going back here. And again, if these are a little crooked, I'm okay with that. It is okay. I just wanted a little bit of background trees. I chose the smaller trees. There is a bigger tree set in there as well. But in proportion, if he is sitting in the foreground, the trees in the background need to be smaller. So I chose them to be a little bit smaller. And Essential Stencil has this cool tool. It's called a burnishing tool. I call it a little scraper that you can use to burnish your trees and transfers on with. Making sure I got this on the bottom with that little snowy part. I'm coming in from the side because I don't want to pull it back and have missed something. And you will know whether it is laying down or not when you lift it. If you have resistance, then it is not down yet. You just lay it back down and burnish it in some more. There's our first tree down. See how fast this is. If our surface is good and dry, this goes so fast. I love the colors in this transfer set. Making sure that everything is down. Again, if there is something that, if it lifts up and you still have it on your carrier sheet, just lay it back down. Go back over it. And here's a little crooked, but that gives it character. Thank you, Becky. And I'm sorry if I do not see all of your comments. Sometimes I think it is withholding comments from me, to be honest with you. And when I cut these apart, I cut the parts at an angle so that it will not look like I've cut it. I did not cut it straight. I cut it at a little bit of an angle and at a curve, because that way it still looks like a little snowbank instead of it looking like a straight cut. That's another little tip. If you're cutting something like that that is has a snowbank or something, if you don't make it look obvious like a straight cut, just do an angle cut. Another thing you can do too is you can extend the snow and add more snow to it. Get into this little corner right here. This goes really fast, and this is so easy. If you're not good in painting, if you can create a cool background, these transfers are your friend. Now we can place him down here. And you can even add more trees to it if you want to. He's just gonna sit right there. Happy-go-lucky. I just love how the colors go together. I'll start at the top, and I normally work myself around. And if you wouldn't mind sprinkling this out, I am putting all the names of everyone that is sprinkling for July in a little bucket. And at the end of the month, I think it's the 29th, I will draw a name for the transfer set, the semi-quincentennial transfer set from Essential Stencil. That will be my happy mail to you. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. The more you sprinkle, the more chances you have. Trying to make sure that all these little needles and little flowers are adhered. Well, there's a lot of little pieces. And if you are new to the Stencil of the Month Club on Saturday, hop over to the Stencil of the Month Club. You will see several creators live, ambassadors with Essential Stencil, showcasing the new set or the July set. So, hoping you'll be able to hop on. I forgot to look what time I'm on. I want to say I'm at either 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I cannot remember top of my head. We've had so many appointments, everything is running together in my brain. And if you did not have a chance yesterday, I was in an event called the Printable Nest Fest with Summer Hammonds, and we there were several presenters. It is going on all week, so if you've missed it, you can watch the replays. You can go to Hammond's Nest, Hammons Nest. She has the schedule for each day, and they will show you tips, techniques, inspirations with printables. And Summer has an amazing set of printables, and if you missed my segment, I was in there yesterday. So if you want to catch that replay. And he looks so cute. Let it snow. And our snowflakes are very, very, very light. So we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to beef them up a little bit. And yes, I go over my transfers as well. Alright, I am going to lay that stencil back down. I am going to use white pearl. To go over our snowflakes. And I'm just going to try to get as much paint out of this brush. Reload it. And we're just going to lay this back on. Just make sure you don't have no paint on the back side. Now the nice thing about the stencils being cut so precise, you can lay them back down easily. And this is our pearl white right here. And we'll see what that does. Like I said, we'll just experiment. I offloaded it. I am going to use this backer sheet because I don't want that to go over our lettering. But these dome brushes are small, so you can easily get into smaller spaces. Let's see if you can see these better now. Yeah, they're a little bit more visible. I don't want them to be standing out a lot. I'd rather have them in the background. And you see, I got way too much paint on here, so I am offloading this. Pushing it up into the brush. We'll add some more snowflakes to this. And then we can do a little bit of splatter. Dance your brush across. Dance, dance, dance. Yep, they're much more visible now. Get a little bit more paint right there. And that's the nice thing. You don't really see them until you come upon them and you're like, oh my gosh, there's snowflakes on there. It's just that wonderful surprise. That looks good. All right, let's add some more snowflakes. Dots and snowflakes. It's the only bad part when you have a big stencil like this. And don't be afraid to take some of your snowflakes off the page or off the oh my goodness, off the edge. You ladies are quiet today. please don't forget to sprinkle this out. Let others know that we are here, having fun. I was going to turn this upside down. At this little guy. We got room to add this one. It's fun to add just snowflakes here and there. You can also take your stylus and add snowflakes with just the dotting tool. Alright, where do we need some more? We need another one in here. And I will add some more little ones here and there. There's that little one right there. Various sizes, keep it interesting. I'm gonna have to have a few down here. I'm gonna add a big one down here. I have this big one. The nice thing about these stencils too is you can see through them, so you know where you've been, what you have done already. Need a little one down here. And this half one. That'll just give it some character. Some more on this side. I know you guys can't see them, but trust me, they are there. I'll hope that the camera will pick them up here in a moment. adding half ones around the edge. Need to add some more over here, and then we've got this done. Add a little bit of snow swirls or little snowstorm. Just reposition it to where you want your little snowflakes to be. Reload your brush, tap it off as you need to. Let's need another one right there, and then we about got it. I think that looks good. Sometimes I overdo it and put too much on there. Don't know if you are going to be able to see them. I'm going to have to wait till the camera comes up, till it shows it on the camera. If I tilt, there you go, you can't see it. And it's just very faint in the background, and I love that. And I'm going to take my little dotting tool, this right here, and we're just gonna add a couple here and there in there. The more you dab, the smaller the circle gets. So let me know in the comments, should we do some snow splatter or should we leave it as is? Look and see, got a couple of more right here. I like to put them within the words as well. You're never having too much snow unless you live up north. You can see them good. So should we add a little bit of snow splatter, which means you're gonna wet your white paint, stick a brush in it, and then you just splatter it across. Should we do that or should we leave it as is? And I think I'm going to take this darker color that we had. Right on me. I just added a little bit more on the brush, and I am gonna edge it out. It just gives it a nice little edge. Just makes it look more finished. It brings it, I call it framing in the piece. It just frames it in and brings it all in. You don't have to do this, by no means. I just like it because it just feels like it is framing the piece. And this color doesn't match completely, but it is complementary. Don't forget to hop on the Essential Stencil page and see our ambassador. It should be Miss Tammy tonight, it's Thursday. And if you've missed any of my lives, you can always go to my YouTube channel. And if there's anything that you have a question about, and also the Christmas in July, all the Christmas stencils are on sale right now. That they have been restocked, so some of your favorites may have been restocked. Yep, I like that. That looks good. And I think they are still running the special. Thank you. So should we add the splatter snow or not? Let me know. They should still have the special where with $75 you get, I think, the detail brushes, and with $100 you'll get the Santa Claus transfer. And if you don't know what the Santa Claus transfer is, it is this one. You get this one with any $100 purchase, and then the detail brushes with a $75 purchase. Sorry, I have to pick this up, or I'm going to roll over it with my chair. Everything went crash, bam, boom. And look at how pretty, and this is the bigger set of trees out of that set. But look how pretty is that cardinal is gorgeous. And then this is the stencil of the month that you still have time to the 13th to get this one. And what it is this is the background, and then you have the overlay with the lace to create this beautiful lace pattern over top, but you can just use it as a silhouette too if you want to. And I don't think I have the add-on is the song, The First Noel. Thank you, Tammy. Nobody said anything about the splatter. Should we do the white splatter, the snowflakes, you know, the white paint? Thin it down and add a little bit of a splatter. Thin that out a little bit. Don't know if I've thinned it out enough. It's not thinned out enough. Don't want too much on here. You can see a little bit. I'm just spritzing my brush with water to make it toothbrush works best. And I normally don't have any problems. I see it. I just want really fine snow. I see it on here. It is very fine. Mainly I can see it on the word right here and on my hands. I can always add a little bit more, but you can very little see it, and I just wanted a little splatter. But that is it for today, ladies. Let us read our Strengthen Your Soul blessing. And today is Galatians 6:9. And I know when it's laying down, you cannot see the snowflakes, but trust me, they are there. Galatians 6:9. Let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, you will reap a harvest of blessing. Galatians 6:9. Let us not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, you will reap a harvest of blessings. Keep going. You're doing great. I love those little encouragement reminders to let us know that the Lord is still working. He is still in control. And He watches over us. Didn't you have fun? Yeah, that's what I normally do. I normally do it like this. I just didn't have this one wet enough, but I am determined to get this. And I normally put it on my plate. I put it on my coffee filter, and that's not a good thing because that soaks up the water. See, and this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to tap it. And we're getting very fine splatter. And this is a little blizzard. Little tiny blizzard. It just gives the piece something else to look at. It gives your eyes something else to look at. And I'm getting snow on my shirt, on my apron. And depending on how you hold it, it depends on what kind of splatter you get too. But now we have some snow splatter now. And then the other side is our Farmhouse Christmas that I still have to add our greenery to the top. Ladies, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, the snowflakes show up when you turn, and that's the unexpected behind it, and I love that. I love that you have that, and you can put, you know, take your brush and put snow under the trees more, so you have more snow showing. But I like it. I like the subtleness behind it, so I'm okay with that. And I like our trees spread out. You can add hand-drawn trees, birch trees. There's all kinds of things you can add to this, but I just like the simpleness. So we're going to keep it like this. And we're going to add eye hooks in here and a wire hanger, and that'll be our little piece. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed evening. Top of the hour, hop over to the Essential Stencil page and see what fun things they are going to be creating. If it is Tammy, I know she's got wonderful things in store for us. And if you have not joined the Stencil of the Month Club, you have until the 13th to join. If you're new, you can save the first month with 50% off the 12x16 set, and you'll get a free 8x6 set for your first month. And that does not include shipping and handling and tax and all that. Have a nice evening. Turn me back down to see our little snowman.